is Bloody
Beers.
Bloody Brilliant Sport.
And welcome back to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast, brought to you by Bluebet.
That's Klutz. I'm Das. We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations that you'd more likely hear from the front bar at your local. And Klutzy, as always, mate, where are we coming to the lovely people from?
Mate, physically we're at the Caxton Hotel.
Mentally, we could be anywhere.
Mentally we could be anywhere because I don't know where I am.
Yeah, that's okay. Physically, we are here, though, at the Caxton Hotel, bringing you our sports show with our great friend, the bloke with the hots for what's in the box with the two dots, Donanos from Donny Sports.
That's me. I
Welcome,
think that's
mate.
me.
Welcome
it
back,
is.
mate.
Donanos.
I'm a little rocked. We were just like maybe 30 seconds ago deep in just a completely different conversation. Now we're live.
We are live, yeah, that's
To
how
be
we roll.
completely honest, I have no idea what we were talking about 30
No
seconds
idea what
ago.
we're talking about.
Well,
when
you talking about the
music
price
hit.
of beer and shit?
Yeah, the music hit and then Klutz just went into character. I'm like, oh, we are on. I'm with
Yeah.
two absolute professionals here. I need to switch on.
We're always on, mate. This is our sports show, and as we say each week, if you're here for a breakdown of stats and a bit of in-depth analysis, we'd kindly ask that you
Fuck off.
fuck off. Not the show for you. Klutz is in all sorts. Copped a bit of a battering at footy on Friday night.
Yeah, which we've
We've covered off on the
we covered off
can't
on the
speak.
Wednesday show. Go back and listen to that. But yes, I did cop a battering.
um,
Well, I was giving out a battering, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I'm in all sorts. I was giving out punishment,
it's going both ways.
and I got punished from punishing someone too hard.
As we get into the sports show, Donny, good to see you've got your shirt on again this week, mate. Trying to cover it with
Yeah.
an overshirt. I mean, technically not breaking the rules, but not being a very good sport either.
There's only so many more weeks I'll get out of this. Summer is like on the doorstep. It's
Yeah.
knocking. As I put this flannelette on today, I thought, oh, I can only get away with this for another
Put
few
that
weeks.
shit on again next week, and I'm burning it.
Yeah. Actually, note to us, maybe we leave the aircon off next week when we record
Yeah,
this show.
yeah.
Klutz did
So it
just go
really
and turn the
heats up
AC
in
off,
here.
and I was a bit frustrated.
And people will notice that Donny still doesn't have his official shirt. He's wearing his
No.
handmade sport shirt. The Cowboys do still suck ass, but we're recording slightly early this week, given the public holiday in Brisbane. We're all out of whack. So fear not. His shirt actually is coming tomorrow, so he'll have it on for next week.
Allegedly.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks for wearing the flannelette shirt, Donny. Bad sports.
Jeez.
This
You're a
is-
loser.
I'm
your
going to have
last
to
chance.
reel on that one for a little bit. Try and bounce back.
How good were the Matildas on Saturday?
Yeah, that was pretty horny stuff. Dude, is that the longest game of sport that has ever been played in the entirety of Earth?
Well, according to you, the Broncos game that we went to at the Gabba a few weeks ago had that. So I'll
That's
leave it
what
up
I
to you
mean.
to
It's
decide.
just been broken.
Trumped. Didn't get very long in the
How
limelight.
amazing.
Yeah,
I was
it
on a plane for most of the game.
Did you get to
and
watch it on the plane?
I was watching it on my phone. There wasn't TVs in the back of my
Qantas
plane.
must be nice.
Yeah, I got flown on Qantas. How about that?
Flown. Oh, must be very
yeah,
nice.
very,
yeah.
very nice. I went
Wow,
down and
wow,
watched the
wow.
Newtown Jets and Raiders game. I
Yeah.
was
Must
in
be
Sydney
very
for
nice.
3 hours.
Yeah.
So take that, Greta Thunberg, in and out. And so I was watching it on my phone on the free Wi-Fi, and the lady next to me kept on bumping me and asking me what the score was, and I could hear people in the rest of the cabin get a bit excited throughout the game. It was pretty sick. And then
Yeah.
even just when I was driving, like walking back to the my car, everyone had it up on their phone. Driving home, I was listening to it. I had to pull over for the penalty shootout.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
so
was crazy.
the pens went when you're in the air.
No,
Okay.
so I pulled over like halfway through the pens. I just had to pull over and just watch it. I was just amazed.
Dude, I was
was
thinking about it
intense.
during over the start of the week, but like, you know how people say the Melbourne Cup's like the race that stopped the nation? It felt
Yeah.
like that game stopped the nation. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys saw, but Hello Sport did a really good job of resharing a lot of cool clips. And it was like at the AFL, at the basketball, like
Yeah.
all these games. We were talking to Matty the Waterboy from the Bloke podcast.
Yep.
He said he went to the Roosters game on the weekend, and instead of being out watching the game, everyone was in the concourse watching
So
the
sick.
screen, watching the Matildas.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
And those 500 people that would have been at the Roosters game, that wouldn't even add to the total tally of everybody watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm sure they broke fucking records. And we should probably preface that this is coming out. We're recording this before the Matildas play, but it's coming out on
Yep.
Thursday, so the day after they play.
Yeah.
Hopefully
So,
we've put England out of another
oh, wouldn't it be great?
Hopefully.
global sporting event.
One of our mates did send us a photo, though, that has me a little bit worried.
Ooh,
What's that?
The Hello Sport live stream curse.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Are the boys streaming it?
I'm not sure.
I think they're live streaming it.
And every time they do a stream, they
Every time they do a stream, whoever they're supporting loses.
For the
Yeah.
sake of the nation.
don't.
Just don't do it.
Toddler.
Yeah,
Kill
kill
that-
the
kill
stream.
that early.
Kill
Yeah.
the stream, Tobler. Do your fucking job.
Have a lot of technical difficulties.
I did a bit of research this morning in preparation for this show, which will come as a shock to many. But just a bit of a snapshot of where the Matildas have come from in terms of previous World Cup results. So 2015 they lost in the quarterfinal. And then the World Cup before this one was in 2019. The girls actually lost in penalties in the opening round, in the opening game of the round of 16. Have a guess of what the attendance was in that game. There was, keep in mind there was 49,000 packed to the rafters at Suncorp.
I'm going to say maybe 1,000.
More than that, but yeah.
20?
12,229.
Where was it?
Great question. Didn't go that far into
okay.
it. But that's a stark contrast. 12,000. Like
Yeah.
you think about 12,000 people at Suncorp, that's a Reds game.
Yeah.
Compared to what they had on when was it? Saturday night.
Saturday,
Yeah, and even the Caxton Street looked like it was fucking going
absolutely.
off.
Yeah.
They've captured the heart of the nations. The nation.
They have.
I heard a weird stat that in 2014, before that World Cup, the Matildas played Brazil in a 2-game friendly series. The first game had 500 people to it, and the second game, it was at Suncorp, and they had so few tickets sold that it would have cost more money to let the people that did buy tickets come, so they did it behind closed doors. That was in 2014.
Holy dooly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not that long ago.
No, it's 10 years
So
ago.
it's amazing what the girls are doing there, like blazing a path, really, and taking over the nation. But one thing that I wanted to bring up about the game hits a little bit closer to home. A post in our BBB Frothies Facebook group, which came up on Sunday morning, the day after the mighty Matildas win on Saturday night. So comes from good friend of the show, Loza V, who's now Loza B, as she's moved up to Brisbane. Donnie actually met Loz at your footy game on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she put up this post
It's
saying
love at first sight from what I hear.
it's basically a photo of Loza. It's a selfie in front of a mirror with her hand out like this, thumbs down, with a green and gold scarf around her neck. And it says, pro tip, if you want to feel less hungover, look over at the scarves you bought last night after the Tillies win, which cost a fucking arm and a leg, and realise they are fucking Brazil scarves. So she's gone, the merch shop just up the road from the Caxton and asked for a Matilda scarf and got given a Brazilian one.
Shit.
Green and gold, same colour.
Proper fucking head noise.
Read the fine print. Loza, read the fine print.
Look at the big green ball.
Yeah.
Brazil is.
But massive shout out to the Tillies. They're fucking killing it. Definitely probably the most suspenseful sporting moment I've watched in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, the longer it went on, the worse it got. I was like, I was beside myself.
Yeah. I was actually thinking, like, when was the last time I felt this way?
Yeah.
Like, it was
pretty crazy.
so intense.
Oh.
And
the worst thing was, like, they would miss, and you're like, fuck yeah. And you're like, fuck, now we have to score.
Yeah.
And then we would miss, you're like, fuck, now they can't win. Like, it just kept going. I would have hated to have been taking any of those pens.
Oh,
like,
absolutely. Well, we know
terrifying.
your track record as of last week. Well,
Yeah.
I'm fucking glad you weren't out there.
Yeah, fuck, I'm glad I wasn't. I'd been shitting bricks, mate. Fuck, I don't know how. You know, the funny thing was, I was sitting at our family friend's house with my girlfriend's parents, my girlfriend, and anyway, our friends, and none of them have ever played before. And the amount of questions I fielded, oh my god, how does it work? So if they get this one, who wins? I'm like, fucking hell, it's the same every time.
We were sitting, we were at Smuts Place, and it was so funny being in a room where basically everyone had no idea about the rules of the sport.
And it's kind of confusing because
And
it's best of 5. And like, okay, what if it's tight? Well, now it's sudden death. And then so France missed. Like, yeah, I'm like, no, we still have to score this.
yeah.
I thought it was sudden death. Well, it is. Anyway.
So the
death.
best
Yeah.
is the best was Steffi Fitz,
Yeah.
who was just blowing up the whole game at staff. And then we're just like, do you know what you're yelling at? She's like, nah.
Yeah.
Like
Who
full on
cares?
getting angry about stuff, and we're just like,
Who gives a fuck? As long as
It's
you're
so
into it,
good.
that's all
Exactly.
that's what we do as Aussies. We just
To
fucking
support.
back our teams. Yeah.
Is this controversial to say? Do we win that shootout if the game isn't at Suncorp?
no.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
not. If it's in France.
You know,
I saw something today actually that I think more than half the team is from Queensland.
I
There
mean,
you go.
it was screaming
Because
Queensland.
Queensland, I think, invests a lot and has invested a lot of money into women's soccer,
Yep. There you
women's
go.
football.
Because we are all about the nation, but more specifically the nation of Queensland within the nation.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll come as no
Screaming
surprise.
Cax.
The
It was-
nation has parts to it.
Shocker, shocker. The home team won a decider at Suncorp. Shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker.
There is something about Brisbane as a city just being a fortress.
I wonder if you know the population of Queensland, Josh.
I'm going to say this 1.5 million.
This small island state of
What do we reckon?
1.5 million.
All right, that's my new one.
It has over half the occupancy of the total national team, yet only.
Oh. As of 2016, 2.28 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right.
What is the population? 2505.
2505. So what
25.
percent is that roughly of 20? How many mil do we have? 25 or 26 or something is your stat?
10%.
Yeah, 10.
So
Is it? Yeah.
10% of the nation's population, we got 50% of the national team.
I mean,
and we won 100% of the state of origins this year.
so
Queensland's going pretty good.
It's 10.379241.5%, which is pretty
so
crazy.
go Queensland.
Righto, so we're bringing it back. Blind rankings. Dottie's got a blind ranking. This time we've corroborated between each other, if that's the right word.
Close, I think.
I think I was meant to say collaborate, but I thought
Corroborate.
about corroborees. Don't know why. Anyway, we've got a list for Darcy.
yes, we do. I'm
We've got a list
very
for
excited
Darcy.
about
Donnie,
this
what
one.
is this list that we've got for Darcy?
So today, Darcy, you're going to be blind ranking all-time great Broncos players.
Unreal.
We know that you're a big Broncos fan, so
Yep.
me and Klutz have come together and thought, let's get a list of the 8 best to ever do it.
Yep.
I am a big Broncos fan. I would never say that my team sucks ass. So I think that qualifies me as being a good fan. Actually, shout out to one of the lovely frothies we met on Friday night who came up and was saying g'day to Donnie Knight at your footy game and then was like, are you actually a real Cowboy supporter?
She was like, I don't get it. So are you a fake one or a real one? I don't understand. This is the poison that you two drip through people's ears.
You drip it yourself, dude.
Yeah, it's all because of you.
Yeah.
But so pretty much there's going to be 8 Broncos players here, and you're going to blindly rank them from best until 8th best, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah. It's still
you-
very
we-
good being the 8th best Bronco of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very good. So there's no shame in who you put in 8th.
No, exactly. I'm glad
Absolutely
we
not.
prefaced that.
And Klutzy absolutely knocked it out of the park last week, obviously, as everyone knows.
Sandpaper Gate,
Yeah.
the greatest sporting moment in Australian history
Because
ever.
it brought the fucking nation together.
Love how he justified his as well. That's what made it good. Yeah.
So without further ado, should we start the list?
Sure.
Okay.
Why am I nervous?
You shouldn't be nervous. This is just how
yeah,
you feel.
yeah,
It's just how you
exactly.
feel.
Just yep.
First cab off the rank, Alfie Langer.
Fuck. What are you laughing at?
Well, we'll see what happens here.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2.
Oh,
Alfred.
Yep.
huge.
Yep.
6 more songs.
Also, this is. I just want to preface it by saying that I might not know all these players, and like I'm thinking of players who I
really?
saw play, if that makes sense.
Big Broncos fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Only 8 of the best, and you might not know them all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm worried they're not going to be 8 of the best. That's why I'm worried.
Oh, really? Why would we do that?
Second cab off the rank,
Yep.
Gordy Tallis.
Okay. Fuck. He's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best. Friend of the
Raging.
show, actually.
Yeah.
Raging Bull.
He was featured in a We Get It shirt on the Talk
Yeah.
Footy Pod this week. What a fucking
What a legend.
Nice, that's awesome.
For that, I'm going to give him spot number 4.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 for Gordy.
Yeah.
Okay. Third cab off the rank, a Brisbane great. Unfortunately, he's gone on to bigger and better things. Dave Fafita.
Oh, okay. He is a great player, but in terms of like Broncos, like greatest ever Bronco, not in the same caliber as the first two, I would say.
No,
I'm going to
no.
go 7.
7 for Dave Fafita. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a safe pick.
Yeah.
I think you feel like there's some fuck shit coming and you're being safe by
Yeah.
putting him 7.
I am, yeah.
And you're going to be correct with that.
I do think, though, the Broncos have scored a lot of great tries.
Yep.
I don't know, and this is coming from a Cowboys fan, if there is a better individual try scored by a Broncos player than the try he scored 2020 round 1 at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Do you remember that?
No.
The one that Dave Fafita ran from 50 metres out.
That's why I'm bad at
Broke-
these sort of games.
Broke Val Holmes' ankles. It
yeah,
was just,
right.
I still put that on, like, even as a Cowboys fan.
He is a freak.
He's a freak.
fucking
And he's a
freaking
great player. I
amateur.
just don't think he's one of the greatest ever Broncos.
Yeah.
So 7.
Queensland Maroons, maybe a different story. But anyway, moving on.
Okay. The fourth guy off, Shane Webke.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to be in there as well. If we've got Tails at 4, give me Webke at 5.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hectic.
So what have I got left? 1, 3.
6 and 8.
Oh, you've spread this
Got a good
well.
spread,
You've
yeah.
spread this well. Okay. Wally Lewis.
Yeah, see, I knew that was going to be there.
Yeah.
Never saw the man play though.
Mm.
I'm gonna go. I'm going 3.
He never
Okay.
won a premiership.
I'm going 3.
Higher than Gordy.
I
and he's
know.
never
I
won a
know that
premiership.
there's not going to be a lock here, so I'm getting stitched up here. Like you've left him out on purpose. So anyway, definitely should have put Wally at 1, but we'll move on.
How about, who do I want to hit you with next? Okay. A current great of the Broncos side. who could go on to bigger and better things, maybe write his name in folklore? Adam Reynolds.
Ooh.
Okay. So what have I got left? 1.
1, 6, and 8.
Yeah. Again,
Jeez.
unbelievable player, but in terms of a great Bronco, I'm gonna go 6.
Really?
Yeah.
He's literally brought your team from the
How's he
depths of-
6? How's he not 8?
Well, yeah. I was waiting for like someone shit to pop
We're
up.
getting down to the point.
I'd have
here.
him above Fafita because he's literally taken them from a bottom team to
Yeah.
the second best team in the NRL.
I do have above
Jesus.
Fafita, don't I?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't see him as an
Fair,
8.
fair,
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Okay, so you've got.
I
8.
think, and again, I think he's a great player in terms of NRL and New South Wales and all that. But as a Bronco, no, wouldn't rank in the caliber of some of these other players.
So you've got 8 and 1 left.
Yeah, I've stitched myself up here, haven't I?
Yeah, maybe.
Who should we hit him with?
Oh, I know who.
Not the other.
Yeah,
You two trying to fucking converse without giving it away.
Is
Both holding your phones in your hand.
What's
Like
he
maybe-
texting me? I don't know. He's just
He's
smiling.
drawing a
He's
picture in his
looking at
notes.
so smile.
I texted you.
He's drawing an illustration.
Okay. So we might.
'Cause they're
have,
both fucked.
Yeah,
they're
perfect.
They're both
both
fucked. You're gonna
fucked.
put whoever you put at 1 is gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting.
Perfect.
But the second last player that you're gonna rank, one of the all-time great Broncos to ever do it. In my
Definitely.
opinion, I think.
Definitely.
When he laced them up, anything could have happened.
Yep.
It's going to be Leon Bott or something.
I wish it was Leon Bott. Leon Bott was in a drafted. But I didn't know how. When I was young, like I remember in grade 3, Leon Bott was the shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
fast.
So fucking
I think
quick.
we've covered it off on an old podcast ages ago. Have you seen the video when he went to Union and someone's put a kick up and there's a wing underneath like
Yeah.
this and Leon Bott just comes through about 4 seconds early and just clotheslines
Yeah,
him.
I think he got like
cleans him up.
banned from.
Yeah, he
Union for
did.
that.
Yeah.
Leon Bott was just the. I remember kids in school were like, "I want to be Leon Bott."
Yeah, legit. Yeah, fast as fuck. Yeah.
So somehow this guy has more pedigree than Bott, and his name is Jack Bird.
Oh, he's got to be 8 based off the current list,
Oh,
which leaves me wide open with the number 1 spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've done quite well here.
Yeah, you've done well.
You've done
Yeah.
quite
You've done
well.
well.
Last off the list, Darren Lockyer.
Oh, number 1, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
That's
that
what I was
makes me
saving that
angry.
spot for him anyway.
That makes me
Yeah, I
angry.
know you were.
So what did I go? Lockyer, Langer.
Lockyer, Langer, Lewis, Tallis, Webke, Reynolds, Fafita, Bird. That's
That's how I would rate
actually
it.
how you probably should rate
That's
it.
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
That's-
And again, Jack Bird, great player. Just fuck, he was unlucky at the Broncos.
mate.
Now look, we had some
Wasn't he?
deliberation, and I was very keen to throw you proper under the bus.
Yeah.
I had a few names rolling around in my head
Like who?
that would have really got you. Well, Brett Seymour,
Yeah.
Jack Reed.
Jack Reid.
Yeah.
Jack Reed was
I
a
was
legit
really
gunner.
worried you were going to say Jack Reed for number
Scott
1.
Minto was on a few
Yeah.
drafted lists
Yeah.
for me. You've done very well there. You're very cool under pressure. Nice splatter shotgun
Yeah.
maneuver going.
Yeah.
See, that
Ebbs and
could
flows
it really
there.
could have backfired though with the 1 and 8. Like you
Yeah.
almost want to lock in your 1 early, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, actually, I
Yeah.
could have just taken Wally Lewis at number 1 and
You
been
could've, and
safe,
you-
but he's not my goat. So
I
what's
thought
a
you
man
were
to
going
do?
to put Alfie at 1.
Thought about it, but
Alfie at 2 is very clutch.
I had to leave the space for Darren Lockyer. He's the
Yeah.
greatest to ever do it.
You've done very, very, very well.
glad
I
he was
was
in there.
very tempted to jump in and just say someone random.
Just to fuck me over. That would have been funny.
Yeah, it would have been so good. But that's all right.
You've done annoyingly well. I really want to get you.
Suck shit. How about that? We'll do one for you next week.
Yeah, I like it. Try
Biggest cucks in fucking the whole world.
and biggest cucks all
Yeah.
time.
Their favourite sporting card.
It's a list of 1.
Scotty Pippen, Michael Jordan.
And it's just all the different nicknames you've had for me over the last 10 weeks.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So stay tuned for next week's blind ranking where Donnie basically outs himself as a cuck.
No, you handled that very well, that pressure.
I mean, shock me.
When I listened back to the pod last week, when Klutz left 1 wide open for the last spot, it was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was fucked for sure.
That's
though.
why I was like, should we hit him with Lockie now? But there's no way he's going to put him at 8.
Yeah, it would never put him at 8.
No.
Fuck, that's
And the thing is, if you had said Lockyer anywhere, I would have said 1 instantly anyway.
maybe we should have locked it up earlier.
You should have not put him in there. That would have been the go. Because I was always going to leave the spot open for him.
Yeah.
So then if you had said like fucking...
I was like rattling my brain for someone like Scat to just like hit it with like randomly.
Brett Seymour.
Brett
we
Seymour would
should have done that.
Who was he? The
Shane Perry.
Shane Perry. He holds a special place in my heart
I
though.
know he does.
But I will make the photo this week. This is Darcy's top 8 Broncos all time.
I'm happy with that. Oh well, yeah, not really, but Jack Bird sneaking in, yeah. Plenty of those.
Picked on potential.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, legit though. Like, fuck, poor bloke.
So coming across my desk this week was this lovely little thing about a Division 1 basketball player from college a few years ago by the name of DJ Cooper. Now, it's got one of the funniest basketball stories ever. Former D1 men's basketball player confirmed pregnant after a drug test. After confusion, it was confirmed that he used a woman's urine sample to pass his drug test. So, old mate's obviously just been fucking getting into his work and just loving it and gone, oh shit, I'm going to get kicked out of the program.
Oh, do you reckon it was his... Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying he's used his girlfriend's urine.
Yeah, I think, he's used someone else's urine.
Yeah, but I thought you meant that's how he found out his girlfriend was pregnant.
Oh, that'd be fucked if he
Hectic
did.
way to find out you're a daddy.
That'd be fucked if he
Hectic
did.
way.
Find
But,
out you're a daddy and fucking fired from your job. Like,
hang on, we've never had sex. You're a virgin. And that's how Donnie found out he was a cunt. Anyway, moving on. What I thought was it'd be good to see, like, he's obviously been caught red-handed here.
yeah.
So times that sports stars have been caught red-handed, or organisations. I'm going to lead off just with a one that's close to home for us. It was a bit shit for him, but Seguiaro.
Yeah.
Back when he was playing for the Broncos. Now, this is a lesson to all the kids out there. Get your fucking license when you're a lot younger.
Yeah.
Because
16 or
do you
whatever.
remember this, Donnie?
No.
Seguiaro got caught. He went to training, and then after training, he was driving home, and he's on his red peas. And he'd been out the night before, and he fucking blew over. It would have been legal range if he wasn't on his peas.
Under 0.05 because he was on his P's, had to be 0.
Yeah. So,
Fucking
and you know, he's
gut-wrenching.
like mid-20s, late 20s then. So I think he's caught red-handed after a night out, but what it's saying is get your fucking license early.
Red-handed on your red peas.
Yeah.
Red-handed on your
Not
red
somewhere
peas.
you wanna be.
It's terrible.
Clutzy, before we get into my one, I actually wanted to know off the bat if you had to do a drug test for Jeeps and you failed because it came up that you were positive for pregnancy, how would you start by talking your way out of it? Like, what would you...
Oh, fuck. Well, I've got to do piss samples all the time, and so does...
Do you actually?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, fuck.
But that's it. See? Look at that. I just convinced you.
Got me.
So, like, you know, I don't actually have, like, the weakest of bladders, and I don't piss that often, so I've got them built up at home when I do actually have to pee. And then my roommate, she actually has the same problem as well, and we must have got them mixed up.
Happens all the time.
Her name's Josephine. And so, like, we both put J-O-S, but then forgot that. I forgot to put the H, and well, she forgot to put the E.
Just
so,
like rubbed off a bit on the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And I think that was spillage from both of us. And
Yeah.
I think the thing
Cross-contamination,
what
maybe.
I'm most mortified about is I've now got Josephine's piss on my hands.
I'm not mortified that I'm pregnant because that cannot be the case, but you seem to be like jumping over the fact that I have Josephine's piss on my hands.
On a side note, congratulations to Jojo.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're having a baby shower and you're out of there.
Like, I'm really sorry, guys. We're going to have to fucking postpone this test. 'Cause I got a baby shower to plan. Like, I'm going to need a week off. I'll come back next week.
Dude,
and
you know
we'll
what's
go from there.
fucked? They do fucking random piss samples of first grade players.
Do that.
Because I was blind one night down at Jeeps after Jeeps v UQ, and I've stumbled into the old toilet. And there's this bloke playing for UQ. His name's Sam Wallace, and he's there Jared's brother. He's trying to piss into a cup, and this old codger's standing behind him.
Looking.
And I'm there. Hey,
Blind.
man.
You need some, bro?
I need to piss, bro.
That'd
Would've
be
been
so
fucked.
fucked. Imagine
Yeah.
an old codger in a fucking club rugby toilet watching you trying to force a piss
I
out.
will say the Jeeps locker rooms,
Phenomenal
fucking-
stuff.
Nice.
nice and tidy.
Yeah.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, it's a little of a naughty area, I think.
It's quite nice.
If you're listening to this, we're going to actually have a post up this afternoon, maybe Thursday night, of
Excuse me.
little video Donnie and I took on Friday of Clutzy's knockout final
Yeah.
down at Jeeps. Great night.
It was a great night.
It was
Great
very
facilities.
funny walking from the Jeeps locker room.
Past the
Past
away
the
team.
away the East was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Stark
was actually-
contrast.
There's a guy literally out the front on the phone. I'd have to presume to be his missus.
Yeah, or his
Yeah,
mum.
you know these things happen. right?
Yeah. He's very defeated.
Yeah, well,
Very defeated.
shout out to him because you lost.
Caught red-handed being a gimp.
You fucking dorks.
The one I found today, Stefano Tsitsipas, tennis.
Oh, yes.
Played Novak Djokovic in a final of a tournament a few years ago, and he tweeted afterwards, tagging the Joker, saying, "You've touched our hearts with your unwavering spirit and strong determination. Your ability to bounce back from challenge has become a symbol of hope for fans around the world. Thank you for showing us what hard work, passion, Thank you for showing us that with hard work and passion, dreams can become a reality." Someone's just responded going, "Not Tsitsipas using ChatGPT to congratulate Djokovic on winning the Roland Garros." And he's got a screenshot. He's typed into ChatGPT, "Hey, can I have a congratulatory message template?" And it's word for word what Tsitsipas has used. So
That is
shout out to hard work and passion making dreams become reality. And
That is-
ChatGPT.
That is so fucked. Didn't Reece Walsh got caught out with a similar sort of thing?
Did he?
Recently when he sprayed the referee.
Oh,
And I think like what he said, everyone was like, "That is so not you."
yeah, that's a ChatGPT.
That's like either a Chat GPT or the manager.
Yeah, right.
But everyone called him out, and I was like, maybe he's just had time to think and he's wrote it correctly.
Yeah, who knows?
You know, like he's gone back and thought.
Also,
he just didn't.
is
fucking-
using ChatGPT illegal? I
Is
didn't
it a
fucking think so.
crime? I didn't know it was a
I didn't think it was
crime.
illegal. Yeah. Do you guys get the red fucking squiggle under your line when you have a typo? You don't see people crying about that when you use that to fix it. You
It's
fucking
not
idiot.
fucking turn it in, you
Yeah,
dog.
exactly right. Like it's there for a reason. Fucking use it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, oh, Reece Walsh has got footy boots on this weekend. That's an unfair advantage. No, it's not. Everyone fucking uses footy boots. You idiot. Like,
We've
grow
touched
up.
a nerve.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
not everyone.
Well, not everyone. Who's
Well,
not everyone?
All the people not playing football.
Well, you know what
The
I
general
mean.
public just want them to mean it, you know?
Yeah.
I want you to really mean that you're sorry for calling the ref a cunt. I don't want you to pretend to mean it. I want you to
Yeah,
really
well,
mean
he
it.
probably proofread it to make sure it looked all right, you know?
Yeah,
Still comes
exactly.
from the heart. Donnie, did you have anything, mate?
I saw one. Mine's a bit more in depth.
Yep.
When I
Plus
saw
he
this,
loves depth.
I did think back
Shout
to
out to
you
James
boys
Sixco.
might know this story. So the year was 2000, the same year that Kathy pulled a madness down in Sydney, but at the same time at the Paralympics, a different kind of madness was happening, and the Spanish Paralympic team was found out to not actually have any disability whatsoever when they won gold
What?
in the year 2000.
In what sport?
So it was basketball, the Spanish team, and it was a learning disability division. Turned out that 12 of the 15 rostered players, no disability whatsoever.
Oh
So,
my god!
Just wait, I have a question. Learning disability team, I'm assuming they're not playing in wheelchairs.
No,
That's fucked.
it is so fucked and so...
Have you seen The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah, yeah. It screams of the ringer. So
Yeah.
a few facts for you. Like, this story is
Yeah.
pretty intense. In the very first game, the coach actually got fired up and said they were going up in at halftime 30 points up. Coach got into him, said, "You're going too hard. You need to
Woo,
ease
oh my
off."
god!
Yeah.
When they had won the gold, obviously their faces all over the Spanish newspaper. People that knew them were like, "Hold on."
That guy doesn't have a learning disability.
So their
yeah.
coach says, "Everyone, grow beards, grow mustaches,
Yeah,
get
right.
yourself into disguise." And the reason that all this really boiled over, other than the fact it was easily provable, is that one of the people on the team was an undercover journalist the whole time.
Oh my god!
He broke the story.
So wait. His plan was to break the story after the thing
The
anyway.
whole time.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, is it? It was in Sydney under our
That is
noses.
Holy
Crazy.
shit! What year was this?
This
sorry?
was in the year 2000.
2000.
And so the Olympic Committee banned intellectual disability events until the year 2012, I believe. And then they brought
Wow.
them back in. Absolutely mind-blowing.
That's mental.
You blew it for everyone.
So
That's legit Johnny Knoxville
yeah,
areas.
yeah, absolutely, without a happy ending.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
That's
I
so
don't know
fucked.
how you go on with your normal. And apparently, what was getting said was it just was like a free trip to Australia for a lot of them. They didn't really understand the weight of what they were
do you
doing.
mean?
But just they trained for 15
Oh yeah,
months.
Come over, free trip. You know, we'll have a bit of fun. Oh, you just got to play some basketball on the side. Like, what do you think? It's fucking like.
Yeah, but yeah, apparently they trained for 15 months, and like, so I got my math wrong there. So there was I think it was a 14-man roster, and only 12 of them
Yeah,
had
okay.
absolutely no disability whatsoever.
Fucking
And
hell.
and the two that did have a disability, how they feel?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
Probably robbed of a fucking gold
yeah,
medal.
well, they fucking earned their medals.
Yeah, exactly right.
Just absolutely, yeah.
That is crazy.
That is fucking caught red-handed.
Shout out to
That's
the journo.
South Park level shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Similar. I got two more here.
Yep.
First one, I don't know if we spoke about it the other week, but it was fucking hilarious. Somalia, the sports minister has come out and publicly apologised a couple of weeks ago and ordered that the chairwoman of the National Track and Field Federation be suspended after a seemingly untrained female sprinter represented the African country at the World University Games in China and took more than 20 seconds to finish a 100-metre race.
Oh yes, I did see this.
I
I
saw the
did
clip.
see this. Absolutely mental.
That doesn't sound that slow, but when you compare it to people who are running it at double that
Yeah,
speed,
yeah.
it's a fucking
it's very
vicious.
just
slow.
almost skipping along.
Imagine like Valence Tafare racing Leon Bott over 100, and Val is at the halfway line when Bott's
Yeah.
crossing the try line. That's
Yeah.
the difference we're talking.
And
That
if
is
you're not
fucking-
from Australia, what an example.
Yeah. Look it up. Google Leon Bott highlights, and you're in for a great afternoon.
It'd be like me chasing Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
literally.
I think because when that happened, a lot of the comments were, I think we need like a test subject
Yeah.
in every Olympic event.
Oh my god.
One
That could
came
be.
through.
That could be.
That one came-
That could be. We've done nearly 300 episodes. That could be the loudest fart on record.
That came through because
Yeah.
I think it came through on my headphones, but I'm pretty
did
sure I
go
heard it
through.
from over here as well.
That was a loud one. Fucking hell.
But no, when
Thank
that
you.
news broke, I did see some comments, and I wholeheartedly agreed. Should we have just a regular Joe Blow from each country competing in these events, not taking a spot, just on the side?
Dude,
and
imagine like a
just to see-
hologram.
Yeah, just to see. How, I'd rather a real dude, even if they just pull him from the crowd. You
You know how
know?
in the swimming they
That
have the
would
world
be
record
so
line?
fucking-
It's like world record line and then Klutzy's line.
How
Dude,
good would that be?
so do
Just
that.
to see.
I think Klutzy's line stopped.
Because like when it's so easy to sit back, why is Klutzy's line stood up in the shallow end breathing heavily?
Why is the lane rope dipping near Klutzy's line?
Why is Klutzy's line doing doggy paddle? What's going on?
Why isn't there water left in the pool after Klutzy's line took off?
It's backstroke, and I fucking ended up from lane 1 to 8.
Klutzy's line's diagonal.
Why is Klutzy's line at the bar?
I just said it so much.
If only farting was a fucking Olympic fucking sport. We should
could be.
We should dead set invest in another mic and have fart mic like stump mic in the cricket. Just refer to it like, oh, we need to go upstairs for that one.
Since
to see who it
Sterling and
was.
Berkey don't listen, what we should do is get one of the arms that they use and just have it swing around on my ass every day.
We can go back to the video ref and turn
Wow, the
it up.
off-field drama this week, boys. We both have pink eye.
How did we get here?
Oh fuck! That we just derailed that. But yeah, shout out to Somalia.
Shout out to Klutzy's line.
Yeah,
Oh,
Klutzy's
it's so
line.
good.
Look out for it in the. When's the next Olympics? Must be soon.
It's got to be soon. 2024, right?
Your story.
Yeah, 2024, yeah. Yeah.
Very
I'm
soon.
sure. I
think
don't know where
so.
they are. Hopefully
Somewhere in the
good.
world.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we don't have them. That's the Com Games anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some memes during the week of just Klutzy competing. It's gonna be so funny. Anyway, like we want to see memes in the Facebook group, BBB Frothies, of Klutzy photoshopped into Olympic events. We've done it
Yeah,
before.
We've done it before, but we
Yeah.
need to bring it back.
Yeah,
Any
Klutzy's
sort of
line.
sport as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to be like a horse rider. Cross-country horse rider.
Jeez, the fucking number one's carrying a bit of weight.
I've never seen a horse ride a horse.
I need to meet a bull ride a horse.
Oh, did you have your second one there?
So
Jeff?
yeah, I've got my last one. This is a personal favourite, and we actually had a close friend of the podcast, Drew Mitchell, involved in this one. And it was when the Western Force started up. Now there was this company, I believe it was called Firepower. Firepower. So behind the handshake was Tim Johnson. So he came across and he wanted to be known as the biggest sponsoring king in Australian sport. So what he's done, he announced his arrival by helping out funding the deal to get Matt Giddo to the new Super 14 franchise, the Western Force. So he was funding at least half of Giddo's annual $1.5 million salary. That's around 2007 or 8, I believe. A lot of money.
Lots
That's
of
a
money.
shit ton of money. He was also soon reported to be funding half of Drew Mitchell's $400,000 salary, and Ryan Cross and Cameron Shepherd also benefited from this. Now, I was saying to Darcy before, one of the best things is basically Firepower was a like a company for fuel, but it wasn't actual fuel. It was an idea. This dude in 1992 started the company off an idea that you could put a pill into fuel and it would burn longer, so you get more mileage out of it. So he never actually had a product, but he made shit tons of money, and his company was valued at like $100 million off of an idea. Now,
So what? He just got like private investors and shit.
private investors, and he kept selling this idea that this was going to happen, but he didn't have a product.
Yeah. Okay.
And so he wanted to become the major sponsor. So I believe he sponsored the Western Force. He also went after, I think, the Sydney Kings.
Yep.
And then there was a couple of other sports as well that he got into. But he then got found out that he didn't have anything. He didn't have a fucking product. So everything fell under, and there was all this money that had been promised to people, and he's like, I don't have it.
Oh,
See you later.
Pretty fucked.
So then the boys just miss half their salary.
Yeah, he tried to sponsor South with a 3-year, $3 million sponsorship.
Why would you be doing that if you have no fucking product?
Yeah.
I guess to make it look like
Because
you
he's
do.
sponsor horny.
Yeah, because then if you
Imagine-
have sponsors,
being-
people are going to keep investing in you.
Yeah, okay. And he also
Hornier
wants
than
he
most.
wants to be the most sponsored man in Australia, which is a weird title to have, I suppose. But
So
yeah, not something I would want.
here we go. So it's got here.
You're going to need to be close to the most sponsored man in Australia to get us over to Vegas.
Fucking hell.
He sponsored a boxer, and then after that, he went and sponsored the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Then he went to the Sydney Kings. It's just ridiculous, like what this bloke did. But I know Drew's spoken on his podcast about it, and he's spoken about it multiple times about how fucked it was.
You'd be filthy.
Yeah, that's why the Western Force, new franchise, all these marquee players, and then they don't get paid. So, of course, they fuck off.
Yep.
And people wonder why they were originally kicked out of the competition.
Yeah. Shout out to that bloke.
But also, give him credit. 16 years where you don't get caught
Well,
for having an idea.
That's a big run.
That's literally our mate Ben Bennett's dream.
But how do you get like a major sponsor? Like imagine if we signed on to a sponsor and then all of a sudden, like imagine if Domino's was like, oh, there's actually no pizzas.
Yeah.
We'd look like fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Like how does he get the deal done?
Because I think what he's doing is he's like, I've got this product. And he said that he made it out like the product was in development. And they just
Yeah,
kept
right.
developing it. So
It's
wild.
wild to put something on the back of your shirt that doesn't actually exist.
Exist.
Yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
pretty funny.
I'd
Believe it
do
or not, anything on this desk exists.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But yeah, that segment went not where I expected it to go, but I'm not mad about it.
No. Shout out to Somalia. Oh, well, I'm just showing it it's a real object by me.
I was wondering what you were doing with your hand.
See? Everything here is real.
Not a hologram.
But the way, if you're looking at the YouTube, the way Clutzy looked at me while he was doing it was like he was lying.
Like there's a gun being held to his head off camera. Anyway, let's get into our tips. Before we get into everyone's favourite segment of the podcast, the tips for the NRL this week, something I wanted to bring up in the intro, but I completely forgot about it because that's just classic of me. Is you might have noticed with this podcast when we have Donnie from Donnie Sports on, we have two cameras. Quite a nice addition, I think.
Yeah.
New addition, and Donnie actually has been kind enough in helping us out with all the editing with the dual cameras because it's fucking way too hard and he's way better at it than us. So massive shout out to him for doing all that. But one thing I noticed when the YouTube video was uploaded this week, the thumbnail. You get to choose the thumbnail on our YouTube.
What is it? Because
And
you
it-
normally send me the thumbnail.
If you go to Bloody Brilliant Beers YouTube, the thumbnail for last week's podcast is just Donnie sitting in his chair with his hands out like this, just all about him. It's just front and center on the couch. It's just Donnie. I was like, this motherfucker,
Holy,
really,
that is so fucking funny.
really trying to make it work for himself. Just wanted to let everyone know that Donnie himself set that thumbnail up.
I didn't set that thumbnail.
Okay,
whatsoever.
sure, well.
But I do like that YouTube must have just thought I had so much good value in that pod. Like, this guy needs to
Front
be-
and center.
I look like a fucking boss. I tell you that.
I agree.
Oh, that's probably why you made it yourself, the thumbnail. Anyway, let's get into this week's tips. Thursday, the 17th of August. Donnie's luckless Cowboys back in action, coming 9th. That's outside of the top 8 for everyone.
Fucking hell.
Everyone out there listening.
Yeah, so luckless that we got 2 points on the weekend. Interesting.
The only way you're going to get them, buddy, is off a bye. Cowboys play the Sharks at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. Donnie, what are you thinking, mate?
The Cows have to win, and so they will win. But,
Tough one.
but
Why are the Cowboys favourites? Can anyone answer me that?
because
Because-
they're really good at footy and only lost 1 game to a really good team. Anyway,
Off the back of a bye, I suppose. Like,
There are so many ramifications this weekend. It is fucked.
it is fucked.
It is fucked.
It is fucked.
But
I'm just
they-
going to have a real quick look at this.
they are
but-
Also,
favourites to a degree. You are right. They're priced in. I think
When you say they've only lost 1 game to a really good team, we're talking about I know you don't like the Broncos, so you're talking about the Titans beating them the week before.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah. No, you caught me out there. They did lose 2 games. One to a tier 1 team, one to a team that's untiered.
So they could be
team.
anything.
Tierless team
Yep.
dished out some tiers of their own. So
Holy
I think that the Cows, they need to win, so they will win. But the Sharks are just red hot. And I think the Cows' edge defense over the last 2 times they've played has been shocking.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Sharks' edges are their whole team. So it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I just think
It's a tough one.
home game, they just have to win.
Let me paint a picture for you, lovely gentlemen. I'm looking at the ladder right now. Now, I'm just saying I'm tipping the Cowboys. But there is potential for what do we got here? There is potential for the Raiders to drop out of the 8 if they lose to the Bulldogs this week.
Parachuting down.
And then the Sharks could drop as low as 8,
Mm-hmm.
possibly even out of the
Top 8 contention.
top 8 in. Yeah, holy shit. It is
Yeah.
ridiculous. The Raiders are a real chance of not even making the 8.
Yeah.
Minus 120.
That is so fucked.
And
They
they're
have
only two-
minus 120 points
Yeah.
difference, and they're running, what, 6th or something?
They're running
Yeah.
6, but they're only 1 win ahead of the Cowboys.
rocked.
Yeah.
Rocked.
So I'm
See-
going to go the Cowboys.
Yeah, I want to tip the Cowboys as well, but I just don't understand how the Sharks, at the time of recording, can be $2.30 with Bluebet.
Because
Seems very odd to me.
they have been so shit against decent teams.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know.
You know what I mean? If you go back and have a look at who they've
Well,
beaten,
Yeah, who have they beaten last week?
who did they beat last week?
The Titans, who the week before beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, but the Titans are so hot and cold.
Yeah, but-
And then the Sharks did they beat the Rabbits?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
But the Rabbits have been so shit.
Yeah, but, like,
You know what I mean?
they've won their last 2 games. Like,
we lost to the Titans and still went into the game against the Bronx dead heat.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I'm learning at a very rapid rate is the Titans are just simply irrelevant in every sense of the word.
You could also argue, though, that the dead heat price against the Broncos was stupid because Reynolds got ruled out and you still got pumped by 16.
Yeah, you could argue after the fact, which is the most cowardly way to argue.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, your argument leading into this game was that they were dead heat favourites with the Broncos
So
last
I
weekend,
can see
but
it.
got
I
pumped.
think you're just like there's some
Oh.
hectic recency bias there. I understand
yeah.
the fact that the Titans found a way to beat the Cows and the Cows are so good it does make no sense. I understand that, but that doesn't make the Titans good. It just means they had an off day and they were back to form against the Sharks there, the Titans were. And the Sharks, yes, they beat South, but like we said last week,
South of
fucking
nowhere.
shocker to
Yeah.
everyone that they did that.
Yeah.
No shock last week. They should be beating teams like the Titans like that. I think the Cows, after a week off, after 2
Yeah, maybe it's the
ridiculous
buy.
losses,
Yeah.
I just don't think. I think the smart money is with the Cows.
Well, you'd have to think so. I am tipping the Cows. I just think $2.30 is
Fuck.
crazy for the
Like,
Sharks.
every time all 3 of us have tipped a team, it's never worked.
Let's move on. Friday, the 18th of August. Warriors play Manly at in Auckland. Was for me, bruh.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In New Zealand.
And I was thinking about this. This is like a bit of a tangent. When we were talking about last week how the Tigers took their game there.
Yep.
I'm actually like, this might sound rough to Warriors fans. I'm actually so fucking happy that all the other teams didn't do it, because I reckon all we'd be talking about is how they've only been able to do it because they've been in New Zealand this whole
Yeah,
time.
I know what you meant. Yeah.
But that being said, it is because New Zealand is a fortress
Yep.
for them. I mean, they have lost a few big games, tight games there, but
I know what you're saying, though. If they played every game over there, they'd be sitting in third and be like, well, they haven't had to leave home all year.
Exactly.
So, like, put some respect on them, basically.
I think Manly, they showed a little bit of kicker
Ticker.
about them against the Panthers, but the Warriors, if they're the real deal, which I think they are,
Me too.
they should hurt 'em.
Cricket
They'll
score.
hump.
Yeah, cricket score
hump
coming
hard.
up. Friday the 18th of August,
Fuck.
the game that no one in Queensland
Oh
cares
my God.
about.
But this will end a season.
I think the Roosters beat the Eels.
Roosters Eels.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Tough one.
Mate, Mitch
Moses
Moses
is
is
injured.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fractured
true.
cheek or something.
This is
isn't
this,
it?
this is Paris season.
Fuck. This, you know what? Classic Parramatta just to roll over
Yeah.
and get dicked. Like,
Yeah.
would it surprise anyone? Absolutely not. Like, if they came out and put 100 on the Roosters, but holy fuck, the Parramatta fucking stood up when they needed to. If they rolled, they'd be like, well, here we go again. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
I'm tipping the Roosters.
Yeah, the Roosters.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh
Technically an
my-
away game, but obviously not that far away.
Yeah.
Saturday the 19th, Tigers, Dolphins, Combank.
Give me the Fins.
What?
I don't know.
Give me the Fins at $2.
I can give me the Tigers. Tigers held their own against Penrith on the weekend.
There's a guy that listens to my podcast. He's a big Tigers fan. He's
What,
gone-
one guy?
Yeah. It's my dad. And so, no,
That's one more than us.
he's a big Tigers fan. He's gone into obscurity, but he messaged me on the weekend being like, don't you think, although we're coming so bad, we don't deserve to be? And I'm like, well, you deserve everything you get in rugby league. But
Yeah.
you have been kind of unlucky.
Haven't
Tigers
been that
fans.
bad.
Stay patient, Tigers fans.
Yeah.
I think
They haven't been getting humped every week.
they've been losing tight games,
Yeah.
and they beat fucking Penrith.
Yeah.
The Dolphins have been so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't been completely out of games, but
Yeah.
they haven't looked like winning
I just think
either.
they've got no
At the
steam
start of the year, they were winning the games that they weren't like. They
Now,
were tight games, and they'd find a way to win.
Mm.
And I think with the lack of depth
Yeah.
and boys coming back in and a bit of fucking weirdness with the lineup,
Yeah.
they're not. They just
They
can't
don't have
do
it in
that.
them.
They don't
Yeah.
have the continuity
Yeah.
that they had at the start of the year.
Yeah.
They're got to be an annoying team to play though, because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
hanging with you.
Danger.
And they
It's a
roll
danger
with the
game.
punches. It's
They're
not
a
gonna be an
real
easy
Wayne
win.
Bennett-led team, those Dolphins.
100%. Never write them
I
off.
like the Tigers though.
I like the Tigers too. Give me the Tigers. The second game on Saturday, Titans, Panthers. Fuck.
Have a go at the prize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$1.08.
That's
for
rough.
the
As
Panthers.
we know that Seabus Super Stadium is such a fucking fortress.
Yep.
That is rough.
Fortress made like a sandcastle. Fucking
Um,
kick it over on your morning
I'm
walk.
going Panthers,
Yeah, me too. By 100,000.
but look for Tino and David to really stand up after their big signings.
Yep.
What line do you put on this? 40?
Yeah, maybe.
20.
I reckon
If they
20.
offered 30, I'd
The
take
thing
it.
with the Titans is they could score points against
They can.
anyone.
Yeah.
Just they score points against anyone.
Just saying as well, everyone says that because the Broncos have a bye this week, I won't get to talk about it if I don't interject here. Everyone says the Panthers unbeatable. I think if the Panthers roll out the footy they played last weekend against the Bronx will dust them.
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
Chink in their armour was shown, I reckon. But
Yeah.
it's
and
it's not it's not
Fuck,
very
I didn't know they had a bye this week.
Bronx, yeah.
There goes my fantasy football. Maybe.
The line currently for the Panthers Gold Coast game is 18.5, which I would be all over.
So you think there's a chink in the armor of the Riff?
Well, the only issue is they've showed it now, so maybe they'll work that chink
So
out.
maybe in the grand final, do we expect Ezra Mam to kick on first tackle during a line break? A la Josh Schuster. In the
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Pretty fucked.
yeah, but Ezra has wheels.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Ezra probably
eh?
would have got that.
Fuck, I
Right,
love
Ezra scored
man.
so many tries.
I
Yeah.
fucking love Ezra
He's a gun.
Man.
He's a gun.
But Titans Panthers, surely.
Panthers.
Could you imagine the
Footy this weekend.
the chaos if the Titans win that?
They
Absolutely.
won't.
How can
Unless
you say
the-
the footy this weekend sucks when we've got a blockbuster in the Dragons versus Storm next up?
Dude, Fox League. If you work at Fox League and you you own Saturday,
Yeah.
you got to be angry.
Why is this game? Why is this game on Saturday 19th? It's on Channel 9,
Oh, that's odd, isn't
according to.
Yeah, because don't they usually get the last couple of games?
Yeah,
of the
maybe they
year?
do.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Last few weekends.
Jesus, I'm sure they wouldn't have minded that one stayed
Can I just do a
exclusive to
quick
Fox.
shout out to our group chat, the Saddle Club?
Sure, Josh. Your
Everyone
podcast.
in that fucking group chat on the weekend, bar yourself and Eden, and I think maybe one other person.
got away with this one.
Oh yeah, Raiders will win this weekend, 1-12 against Melbourne.
Idiots. Idiots.
They're like, oh, Raiders will just there's just something about them. Like, what?
What?
No
Yeah.
one's been
It was that
talking.
minus 84 points difference that really got me out of bed.
Yeah.
Turned into
Ridiculous.
Yes.
120.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
I was like,
hell.
and they're like, oh, maybe Storm 1-12 could be the bet. I was like, no, it's going to be Storm 13 plus.
Yes.
I did say like every time, I think I said on the pod, every time they play each other, it's like an interesting game.
But
Yeah,
Melbourne
but-
coming off some like shitty games, like we
Yeah.
haven't really been playing the best recently,
Yeah.
coming into finals against a team that should not be in
They
the
shouldn't
A.
be there.
They should not be there.
List of people who would have hated seeing that thrashing of Raiders last weekend.
Yeah.
Raiders fans, St. George fans.
Yeah.
Now we're fucked for next
Yeah.
week. Now
Yeah.
next week we are fucked. I'm going Storm.
Yep.
And just to round it out, another blockbuster Sunday at footy. We've got the Knights Rabbits.
It's actually a decent game.
That's
It is.
That's
Knights
a very
are-
impactful game.
Dude, here we go.
Yeah.
Here's the upset of the week. Give me the Knights. They're
Yeah.
going to beat the
I
Rabbits.
don't even think
know
that's
what?
an upset.
The fucking Souths are so frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're too good to be playing how they're
I
playing.
know.
Like, I'm not their fucking coach or their dad, but fuck
Yeah.
me. Like,
I'm shocked to no one.
We've said this multiple times on this podcast. It is crazy how Souths a couple of months ago were considered to be just about Souths. Just a bit of technical difficulties here, but we're good at looking at the camera and realising when it turns off. Shout out to Off-Field Drama. Still, I won't hear it, so it's all good. But it's crazy how a couple of months ago we were talking about how this is South's unlosable premiership season.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're struggling to stay in the 8.
I understand they've got a lot of injuries right now, but their big guys just aren't stepping up.
No.
No.
And that's not Trell. Like, Trell can only do so much. I just think
Yeah.
they just don't have. I've been saying it for a little bit. They just don't. When shit hits the fan, it's got to be Cody or Lockie, and it's just neither of them. They kind of look at the
Yeah.
other one. And I love Cody Walker. For a long time, he's been maybe my favorite player in the whole fucking league. I love Cody Walker, but fuck, they're missing Reynolds.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
You know who's
Big
not
old-
missing, Reynolds? The Broncos.
The Bronx. I'm pretty sure their coach, Jason Demetrio, took a little bit of a pot shot at Reynolds during the week.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
there is
Yeah.
no way that you can say Lachlan Ilias is
Yeah.
going to be one of the greatest halfbacks when you've just let go of only the second person to kick
I think
1,000
I
goals in
think
the
he's
NRL.
actually said Ilias is the greatest halfback the South team's seen in over a decade or something.
Get fucked. No,
yeah,
he didn't.
something like that.
It was something
fucked,
ridiculous
yeah.
because everyone was like, that is so disrespectful and how can you let him say that?
This isn't okay. I haven't said this like publicly too many times.
Oh.
Don't really. Demetrio does nothing for me. He's inherited a team
Yeah.
put together by the greatest coach all time.
Yep.
Yep.
And he changed nothing about it except lose pieces that he probably
Yep.
could have kept if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
And
Reynolds
the
he
other
could've
thing
kept. All
is,
Reynolds wanted was a 3-year deal.
him and Seabold, I don't know if it's something to do with South's coaches. Why can't they clear their fucking throat before they talk?
What do you mean? Does he always go? Yeah. I haven't noticed that, but
You
yeah,
haven't
probably-
noticed
probably-
Seabold's throat and Demetrio's throat.
I'll probably
Sounds
be able
they've
to
got
unhear it now.
Perhaps
but-
they're fans of Revenge of the Sith when Emperor Palpatine tells Anakin about Darth Plagueis the Wise.
It
And there's
could
all
be.
the singing in the background.
It sounds like
Yeah.
they both just had big chalky
I'm
milkshakes.
sure everyone out there will know exactly what Josh is talking about. So.
But no, Demetrio does nothing for me. I mean, obviously he's like got them like they've been a fucking whatever 6
Yeah.
prelims in a row, whatever. But just when push comes to shove and that team needs leadership, I just don't know who their
Have they
leaders
got
are.
better? No.
No, they became the same and they're beginning to plateau. I understand though. There's lots of injuries and blah 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 blah. But fuck, your spine is that could be Australia's spine, bro.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
Lockie,
Yeah.
that could.
And he's a
that's
good
fine.
player
Yeah,
as well. He's not like he's a fucking.
It's not like he's shit.
no.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I think it's,
He's not
what's
the
he
same-
played 40-something games?
Yeah, he's
or
not at the
something?
same fucking
He's
class
not
as
Adam
That-
Reynolds.
the
that-
rest of the spine.
Cookie, Trell, and Cody. There's no reason they couldn't be in the spine for New South Wales.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not
There-
good
I,
enough.
I heard there's been some rumbling. You know how, is it, Taffy went to the Bulldogs, hey?
Yeah.
There's been some rumblings because he grew up playing in the halves. And apparently they want him to play in the halves at the Bulldogs.
What was strange, he got offered Lockie's spot after the grand final. He said he's not a half.
And now,
right.
but they're trying to bring him in, and apparently a lot of South fans aren't happy that he is going to be a half.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
I would probably rather be a half than a fullback.
I'd probably rather be the water boy at Souths and play for the Bulldogs, though, to be honest.
I don't know. They're getting some pieces.
Yeah, they've got pieces.
They
bro.
just need
They
time.
are doing, but it's funny. Someone brought this up the other day. Remember when Gus said he had that 5-year plan and everyone was laughing at him?
Mm.
And now you look at the Panthers, and it might have
Yeah.
taken a little bit longer than
Yeah,
5 years,
exactly.
but he's just like, he's doing the same thing at the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
He's doing the exact same thing at the
I
Bulldogs.
still think the Bulldogs have enough firepower to be playing above where they're currently playing.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Their squad's too good
Yeah.
for where they're at.
Yeah.
And
But I mean,
getting
the
into that-
competition's just so fucking
Unbelievable,
But
yeah.
they shouldn't be losing like they did on the weekend. What is it?
Yeah.
The 2 times they played the Knights this year, I think it's 106-12 or
Yeah,
something.
ridiculous,
It
yeah.
just shouldn't happen.
Getting into that, we do have Raiders Bulldogs, both coming off 40-point losses. It is in Canberra. I'm actually going to tip
Fucking
the doggies here.
If really,
I'm
Big
tipping the
call.
doggies here.
the Raiders need, I mean, they need to win by 120 to get that points difference back.
Yeah.
That's the only fucking hope they have. They need it, it's not enough to beat the Bulldogs. They really need to beat them by 50 or 60.
Ricky might have put them on notice, but I don't think Timoko, he probably won't be around this week. He got sent off for an absolute dog high shot.
Yeah, right.
Right at the end of the game, shoulder straight to the head of young Tonga Mapau.
True.
It was very bad. So surely he gets weeks for that. I don't think they'll have Sebastian Cruz. He'll probably still be out injured.
Mm.
I think they're falling apart. And yes, the doggies obviously not playing well either, but I just feel like this is a game where they could flip the switch and just play some decent football. Like they got boys coming back. Billy Kick out for a hat trick.
Yep.
You never know.
I will say, this is some boots on the ground stuff from me here, some really investigative journalism.
Yep.
I was at Newtown Jets vs Raiders on Saturday.
Yep.
Fuck that Raiders squad. There's some NRL players in there.
Yeah.
Some
Really?
dead set NRL players, like guys that have caps.
Yeah.
And they fucking tore Newtown to shreds. It was
Yeah.
seventh play 8. And the first half, they got out to a 20-point lead quick. And
Yeah.
so for the Raiders to go out the next day and lose how they did to the Storm,
Gonna be asking some
that
questions.
the New South Wales Cup side is fucking ready
Chomping
to go.
at the heels, yeah.
Ready to go.
If the Cowboys beat the Sharks and the Raiders get rolled and the Knights win, Knights could be as high as 5th
That's crazy.
after
Good
this
on 'em.
round.
KP.
Yeah, fucking
Good on
oath.
'em.
Knights
KP
are high.
flying the flag.
I
for
love the
Queensland.
Knights too. I'd love seeing the Knights do well. So get behind them. But that's pretty much all we got time for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Somehow we went for over an hour once again. Apologies.
That's all right.
Shout out to
Apologies.
I was gonna say, shout out to that chick from Somalia. It's her fault, basically. We got off topic there. But yeah, make sure you go check out Donny Sports at Donny Sports everywhere. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.